So, story time. Let's talk about what happens when God truly puts forgiveness on your heart. So, I'm going to talk about a story I went through. I was recently in an extremely volatile relationship where it was physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially abusive. This person, I wanted to fight for what I felt with my ego at the time was right. And did this person hurt me? Multiple ways. But what God put on my heart, and this is where forgiveness comes in, what God put on my heart is not for me to fight that battle. It is for Him to work through that person however God sees accordingly. That's not my battle. And when you truly go through the process where God vindicates you and takes all of that hurt and all of that pain and suffering that you went through and the resentment that should be built up and the process of where your ego would step in and you're like, I have to do right. I have to get this person to feel what they put me through was wrong. They need to see what they did was wrong. They need to be held accountable. When you get to a point where you no longer have to make another person see how their actions need to be held accountable, that is one of the most liberating things that you will ever experience. And God eventually, when you are open to it and you start seeking Him with all your glory, He is going to put that on your heart. This person did me so freaking dirty, but at the same time, I'm no longer hurt. I'm no longer hurt by it. And that is one of the most mind-blowing experiences. Because God put it on my heart. No, don't press those charges anymore. Drop the charges. Get out. Shut the door. Let me do my work. And when God tells you to move, you move. You make those moves. You do as He guides you. Because if you don't, there's going to be consequences, right? But going through this and understanding that this is the most unconditional way to allow the process, many people won't agree. They'll be like, oh, that person needs to go through the system. They need to get this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? They're going to tell you what they believe. But ultimately, when you are building a relationship with Christ, Christ is going to guide you. God's going to guide you. Jesus is going to show you the way. And if you're open up to receive that and you want to actually experience the glory of God and the love, the unconditional love that He has, then you have to experience and show that with on your brethren. We don't have the final say in any situation. But the one thing is, we have the choice of free will. So when you finally get to a place where you ultimately forgive because you know that there's a lesson that you needed to learn from this experience, and they're going to have to learn outside and through this experience, that is ultimately the most beautiful gift that God can give you. So I want to tell whoever may be going through something similar, if God is pushing you to fully forgive, allow that process. Don't fight back. Don't let your ego damage you more. Don't let your actions not go towards what God is telling you to do. Because ultimately, when you give that free will away to God and you let Him run and move you the way He feels according to the will for you, the peace that's going to come and the things that are going to open up for you and the way that you're going to see the world is going to be so beautiful. And I hope that you get to experience that, whoever you are.